welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we are, game number 3 to finish it all off here. And again, the winner of this going to Diamond. The loser will fall to the losers bracket and have to take another chance tomorrow. We're only one of what would be 4 teams remaining. Would get one more spot. So, anyways, looking forward to see what happens here between Ringers and Sauna Esports. That's right. Here in this best set of 3, game number 3, joined by Snooey once again. We have the picks to start, so getting into it. Moira Warby Silhouette Deadlift were the bands. Again, pointing out apparently Ringers, they have been known to run a little bit of deadlift here as far as their success so far throughout this tournament. So Sauna Esports taking note of that, banning it what I assume to be all 3 games. We missed the draft of the first game, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Saw last game and now this game. So there's a Midas first pick and a Magnus and now Fade. And the second pick, that was first pick last time, remember. But they were Hellborn, so they got Midas this time first.
They didn't want to get Bunny or they didn't want to give it to Bunny Lover one more time.
Yeah.
If they can't blind Bunny it, they need to first pick it to keep it away from him because he was just playing out of his mind on that hero. But yeah, Fade once again. I assume that it's going to be in a support role once more. I haven't really seen Slaskager play that hero, so I would assume that it's Hankastin or Saint Rox playing it. Or maybe even Gwefix. He was actually playing secondary support in that game. On the Deadwood, of course. Now Parasite here. He's the hero that picks up the puzzle box relatively early on in most cases. And, well, that's going to be a great tool versus the Fate, of course. And there comes the Prisoner once more going with their, significant, or what's it called, going with the core heroes more or less that they're known for playing. Slaskager, of course, with the Prisoner once more. And it's also good versus the Parasite. If he jumps into a Catapult, of course, Prisoner is one of the few heroes in the game that can actually deal with that rather easily by landing the hook.
That's true, yeah. Kind of almost a mini counter to him in that sense. Obviously, Cthulhu Find, the hero that comes to mind, is on the board, but not going to be picked up here, at least at this point. So the third pick on the side of Sauna Esports over here. With that Parasite and Magnus already, we'll see how they finish it off into the next tier of bands. What they want to value here. Clanks has been proven to be pretty popular, as you would expect, but no, going to be Andromeda with their third pick here.
All right, so Hellborn team once more. They're leaning pretty much versus that magic damage at all times. Like just building drafts around a lot of magic damage. You cannot forget that, I mean, the longer the game goes, I mean, the more dependent you're going to be on that physical damage. Therefore, you need to be careful. But Andromeda, yeah, definitely indicates at least that they are looking to pick up one of those hard carriers.
Mm-hmm. Bubbles, Clanks, Malikan, Dr. Repulsor. Overall, the band so far, pretty carry-heavy overall for both these teams. And now one more to go on either side. By the way, I don't know if you know, I don't think we mentioned the update of the losers bracket, but those matches happening earlier, and Miara Russ was victorious 2-0 over the Undertakers, so staying alive and knocking out the Undertakers to gold. Revolution defeating Dawn 2-1 actually. And so they advance on to the next round as Revolution, and they're going to be playing Russian Dargons tomorrow in the first matchup to try to perhaps qualify for Diamond eventually. So congrats Revolution, but still a little bit of work to do there. That means also, though, Dawn will start in gold as well for Cycle number 1. But Voodoo Chester, we've seen this hero now 3 times today. I could not have guessed that, but we are seeing it, so.
Yeah, what do we take from it?
It's good against Parasite. We saw that earlier, so maybe that's the logic.
It's probably a pretty good roaming partner, paired up with a Fade as well. So wouldn't be too surprised if the leading team are trying something a little bit more aggressive this time. I mean, they still could do the same thing as last game and have that defensive tri-lane of theirs, but what carry heroes are there left to be picked up? I mean, the Clanks and Silhouette are gone. Dr. Repulsor, Puppet Master, Oogie, Malikan, Warbeast. Like, there aren't that many left.
Oh,
I mean, obviously there's
ones.
plenty of heroes, but like
Yeah.
none of the most popular ones.
Yeah, I mean, one that came to mind kind of was the Gemini, but he's, Voodoo Jester, speaking of that pickup, actually pretty good against that. So looking through some carry. I mean, yeah, it goes back to there's a lot of these carry. Now, Swift Play is actually still on the board, actually.
Yeah, he would probably be a pretty good pick for Hellborn. Are they going to go to Salamons? They're going super greedy. Oh, this is going to be difficult. I don't know. Legion team might just change up their mind and go offensive now.
Yeah, if they weren't already, but yeah, with the makeup that they have, the 4 heroes definitely could play aggressive if they wanted to. So need to figure out who they want their final carry to be too. Now you play the game of, do we want to try to get a carry that's going to compete late game with the Salamon and out farm him, even at least in practical farm, not necessarily GPM, but what you're able to do with it. But or do we play more of the early aggressive, something like a Hag has the right click in? There we go. Okay, so have an answer there.
All right, but how are they going to lane this now then? I mean, it cannot be a defensive tri lane with a wretched Hag.
I'm sure it's an offensive tri lane.
With a prisoner, you think?
Yeah, something like a prisoner, Fade.
All right, yeah.
Voodoo Jester, yeah. That would be my
guess
guess.
That's the case.
Hag and Midas, neither one of them usually have lane partners, so yeah, it really is kind of the only option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess the prisoner's hook goes very well with Acid Cocktail. I mean, the cocktail has a long range and it is going to follow the target for quite some time. Magnus, of course, can disjoint it. Oh, never mind. Magnus is going to be in the mid, so that's not going to matter. Swiftblade on the suicide lane, Andromeda, and Salomon. Yeah, they're going to have a lot of trouble. I don't know. Maybe put Salomon in the mid. Does that work?
Really?
I don't know. It's going to be so problematic for them, at least.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
to be up. I mean, like, what are they? Yeah, Andromeda has no range whatsoever. So if she even trades one out attack with Voodoo Jester, then the Acid Cocktail hits him, and there's probably going to be either a Burning Shadow or a hook from Prisoner to follow that up. So then she's dead. Salomon, same thing. Like if he goes up for one last hit, he's gonna be hit with the cocktail. This is difficult. I mean, he's not like a Dark Lady that can hit or last it with the Taint Soul. Or he's not like the Clanks that can actually, like, he's a ranged hero and can last it from range. Salomon has to go up there and hit the creeps. That's going to be very difficult, especially now. I mean, the Hellworld team, they have to defend their force at least. If they somehow can keep the hard camp to the left side of the forest intact and just allow Parasite just take creeps there and constantly put pressure on the tri-lane, then maybe there's a small chance that they can actually contest that lane. But other than that, it's just going to be Parasite sitting in the Legion forest, I would assume, trying to like just leave Salomon to, well, his fate.
Questions to be answered here as far as the lanes go. We'll have to wait and see after this pause, unfortunately, but not too much longer, I'm sure. So, again, to reiterate, guys, we'll be back tomorrow as far as coverage goes. And what will be the ultimate conclusion of these Hontour Season 4 qualifiers, as we'll be down to 4 teams officially. As we just mentioned, we know one of the matchups, Revolution versus Russian Dargons, will be happening, as well as the loser of this will be playing, Miar Russ in the other matchup. And then the winners of those 2 matchups will then play to conclude tomorrow. And then the winner of that final match, again, will be the 8th and final team going to Diamond Division. So that's how it's all going to play out. Again, 12 p.m. Eastern, 1800 Central European time tomorrow. As always, going to be coming back at you here. So, but Ringers and Sauna Esports both trying to earn that spot now, not having to worry about playing it out tomorrow. And got the 3rd and final game to help decide that here, so looking forward to seeing how that finishes off. But again, throughout the week we'll have the break, but into next weekend on Saturday, August 22nd, we will be kicking off with Hontour Season 4 Cycle 1 of what is the Diamond Division, and it kicks off with the group stages, of course. Once again, for the first 2 weeks will be group stages. Best of 2 matches, and there will actually be weekday matches on top of that as well that you get to look forward to. So on Tuesday and Thursday. So definitely, I really can't wait. I mean, again, it's nothing against these teams, honestly, but I can't wait to start casting, the complexities, Reason Gaming. I mean, This
Yeah,
team's over
I
there
agree.
once again. So, especially with you know the new tournament rules, heroes, and eventually a big balance patch that apparently is around the corner. I'll have to wait and see when that comes out, but that's what I'm excited for most.
Indeed. Feel the same way.
Yeah.
Would be interesting to see how it all works out. I mean, Sync's new lineup, of course, new players, and recent gaming as well, of course. Not having Own Me anymore. And, well, BMG, they were sticking to their old roster. I think with Root of Sea, they never made any changes. And same with the Complexity, it's going to stick with their roster as well.
Yeah.
And Druids, yeah, picked up Haxron instead of Crack.
Yes, they did, and obviously you got Reason Gaming and their situation there. So, so yeah, it's definitely that's the other thing too. It's like a little bit of roster shuffle going on, as you would expect after big events, of course. And in this case, the World Finals, and then of course DreamHack that took place. But we'll wait and see. Starting Cycle 1 next week, and ultimately, which 3 teams are going to be joining them? Obviously, we know from the earlier today, the first one's going to be Chopstick Gaming. Now the second team going to be qualifying out of here. But all right, into the laning phase here, kind of. You see 4 heroes coming up here for the Legion side. The one guarantee is that Hag will be bottom.
And that Salomon will be mid.
And Salomon will be mid, you're right. They figure that they were going to be aggressive trial laned on, so...
I do think that Andromeda has to be in the mid as well, though. I don't think that he's going to be able to do anything up here to aid the Swiftblade. And on the other hand, in the mid, I feel like he could at least aid Salomon a little bit, or force one support to rotate over there from the Legion side.
Well, Fade is kind of chilling up here for now. They did block a couple of camps, but yeah, Andromeda will need to be very careful not to just be kind of the suicide artist up here. As far as
that's exactly what it's going to be. Like him before Andromeda giving away the first blood.
It could be very possible. In fact, right here off the bat, if she's not really careful. Oh, this is interesting. I mean, they know they're pushing up, obviously. You see Fade, is he going to try for a pull?
Yep, looks like it.
Looks like it. Kind of poking in here, getting aggro. It's like, what can they do, though? Prisoner and Voodoo Jester here. Not going to contest it. They're going to say, go ahead, take it. We'll be over here. Parasite, he's going to realize pretty quickly that they blocked this camp, as you see right there. So he is going to have a pretty slow start here. I don't know what he's really... Oh, they did. He counter-warded, but yeah, they're out of range. That's why. Oh, that's brutal. That is just out of range. So they'll need another rev ward even if they want to take care of that.
That's why it was of such a high importance that they actually defended the camp in the start of the game, and I feel like they felt like they had the heroes to do so, but not gonna address that. Now Parasite is gonna struggle and only have this hard camp to the right to work with. He's gonna have to transition down to the Legion Forest.
See, bottom lane down here, Hag versus the Magmus. So speaking of other lane matchups, I mean, Hag, I would think would be pretty favorable here, especially getting that Haunt leveled up here. And Pavelli, plenty of experience. Midas versus Salomon. I mean, that too, it really, what I'm looking at, you almost say that all 3 lanes arguably should be won by the Legion side.
Yeah, I agree. Unless Andromeda, Andromeda is coming here now to at least put a little bit more pressure onto St. Rock's playing the Midas. But yeah, of course, Fade is going to rotate back over, and as soon as Midas is level 4, then it goes back into the Legion favor once again.
Yeah, has that transmute and be able to scare them here. So Bunny Lover playing the Magnus this time around, getting in kind of that suicide role here because of how the lane's shaped up. So he did play the Magnus the first game, played it very well. See performance that he's kind of been the shining star of the series for this team. Middle lane, Fade coming in on Salomon, but Midas wasn't really interested in following there.
No, he wasn't level 4 yet, so I mean, there was really no reason for him to waste any mana at that point. It was just Fade, I don't know, doing some harassment.
Yeah.
Trying to pretend that he had some backup, I guess. Parasite, though, is around the corner here. He doesn't have a creep yet, but he could in the near future. Oh, DD actually on Andromeda. That might be enough to secure the kill.
Yeah, very likely could be. Fade puts a stun on a Parasite, going to try to run away. Andromeda, not the longest range, remember. And actually, Midas needs to be careful not to block him. He actually does get out of the way. And now the chase is going to continue a little bit, not really. You know, I will say, Parasite, he actually hit level 3 coming out of the creep right there, and I was wondering if he was going to get a second point in Leech, knowing that they had a kill chance. But he actually chose to go for the second point in Infest. And if he went level 2 Leech, I'm pretty sure that would have been a kill, actually. So, a little unfortunate there, but chose to play the safer route and wants to continue more farm maximizing. As I say that, he's coming to gank the bottom lane now.
I don't know why he's sitting in the Vulture Lord, though. Makes no sense.
Yeah, blink away. She needs to go the right direction. Oh, it's tough. One more auto attack. She's just out of range, though. Blink in 6 more seconds. She's fine.
Yeah, she is.
They can't chase up.
Shit! They should have waited with the Leech until after the stun were out. Like, there's no need to slow him when he's already stunned.
That's true. Yeah.
Then it would have been another kill. So yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of a misplay again. I guess they tried to burst her down before she was able to blink away, but
that should be that Swiftblade. Yeah. I'm watching the top lane there. They dove pretty heavy onto a solo Swiftblade and end up getting the kill onto him. It wasn't very easy, but it works out in the end for Ringers over here. So well played. Sasuke, I guess actually Henkisten on Voodoo Jester getting credit for the kill right there, but Sasuke doing a lot of the work too. You got Wretched Hag though, can they continue to farm back at the bottom lane. Salomon is up there on the GPM as you would expect. 320 gold per minute right now. Here in this middle lane, does have that level 3 Wish for Wealth, of course. But now that we're seeing some rotations here, I wonder if we're going to see also the Hellborn team maybe send Salomon top soon.
I would expect so. Or I would like to see it sooner than later. I don't see any reason for him to stay in the mid. He's just gonna suffer and get killed.
Top lane, you see Andromeda running in, has the illusions with her. Gonna throw off Prisoner a little bit, and actually Prisoner a little too far up. It's only a level 1 Andromeda.
Yeah, that's a very early comet stun as well. Probably could have waited a little bit with that. Oh, he's gonna have another one up if he doesn't block himself with illusion, which he kind of did. Slasky just gonna run a circle around and be fine.
Yeah. So good getaway there. I don't know if waiting would have made the difference, but yeah, just wanted to get it off at ASAP. Ends up not being enough for the kill.
Yeah, Slasky was like he was running into that left side, so there's no like he wouldn't have been able to get away from the position at least. So I mean, you could have waited with the stun until the illusions were nearby, and yourself, of course, as well, so that you could actually use all the auto attack damage onto Slasky or on the Prisoner. In this case, like you shut him down for a little bit, but you didn't get any damage out of it. So yeah. Still wouldn't have secured a kill. I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference, but small things add up, as we've seen, like with a Parasite not leveling the Leech and then slowing the Hag that was stunned and all that. So
well played by Andromeda right there, actually stunning Midas as he's going over the top and picks up the double damage in front of him. And Midas, in the meantime, though, happened to counter ward. Yeah, so it's kind of, at least he got something out of it, but Andromeda good positioning on his part, on her part, to make sure that the rune was not bottled up, so Midas will have to still deal with 0 bottle charges. Being played by St. Rocks, by the way. Again, this is definitely one of these teams where a lot of different roles and players. I mean, it just seems like from game to game, going to be playing whatever makes it comfortable with hero-wise, but Salomon, he'll be fine. As top lane, though.
A Magnus, double stun eruption!
Nope, they spread at the last second. Asakakta comes out, he puts the cursed ground, the hook in, but he didn't hit Magnus in time. He got a creep instead. And Parasite, and so Voodoo Jester falls. That worked out very well for the Hellborn team in the end.
Yeah, still, I mean, they only got Voodoo Jester and the 4 people committed to that. I mean, that's not even worth it at that point. Hag and everyone else on the Legion's team is just gonna farm up that gold in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, Wretched Hag is pushing out the bottom lane pretty freely here. So for Belly, see what kind of build he also goes for. Knowing that he's playing more of the short lane Hag kind of carry farm style. It's been a while since we've really seen the Lightbrand, the Grimoire build, but it feels like that this could definitely be a game for that. On the Hag here. Kind of old school, really. Could.
Yeah, the Wretched Hag, like, the Hellborn team is going to have so much trouble picking her off throughout the game. Like, they don't have the lockdown necessary. It is the Face Hag, of course, from the Parasite. Magnus Lava Surge, but other than that, it's going to be real tricky. Fibeli is going to have probably a lot of momentum coming out from the laning phase as well. He's level 7, though, only, actually. Salamon is level 8, but...
Oh, well, he's going to die, though. One more auto attack.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
Midas got it off. Good setup from Fade right there initially. And I don't know if he had an invis or anything, honestly. It kind of just walked up, got in range of the Burning Shadows, and Salamon got caught by it, so wasn't able to ulti.
Yeah, power of Striders, I guess. Well played by the Legion team. But why don't they transition the Salamon, though, to the top lane? Like, we pointed that out earlier, and they still haven't made a transition. I mean, he's 360 gold per minute, but seeing as he's a Salamon, it's not optimal. You would obviously want him even higher, especially when nobody else in his team is doing too well.
Always intriguing as well as Magnus bottom lane trying to escape right here. However, Wretched Act going back in has a Bat Blast. He is going to choose to use it. And it actually did hit Parasite as he poured it in. It does secure the kill on a Magnus though. Fade running away. Parasite going to get in range. Doesn't look like it.
That blast slowing him down.
Yeah.
That was actually the difference from the kill. The fact that he got hit by the Bat Blast.
Yeah, it was literally like the same frame timing even as he was porting in, but got hit by it, and yeah, that proved to at least keep a teammate alive. I was going to say, though, with Salamon, always interesting to see builds. We went through a phase where we saw him actually a little bit, obviously, complexity most noticeably come to mind. We saw State Green, or not State Green, Sync Esports running it. He goes the Arcana here, so pretty certain that's going to be a very early Resto Stone, or first item Resto Stone here.
Oh, what's going on at the top lane? Swiftblade?
Top lane, they kill the tower, pull back in with the Prison Break. He is spinning, but he has a cocktail after the spin. Doesn't even need it. Too much damage in the end, so well played as Hag actually got killed at the bottom lane in the meantime. During that.
Yeah, looks like the Eruption was used as well as the Phase Hug and the Comet Stone from Andromeda. So at least getting the return kill there, but Legion team got a tower on top of it, so...
But yeah, so it's the same with Salamon, though. Going for that first item Resto Stone. And again, this kind of goes back to that whole discussion, what's better. And now TMM, it seems like a lot of people prefer this style, but I know Complexity, most noticeably Beaverbang or Formless, he loves to not go Resto Stone. Instead, go more of a combat build.
Yeah, I think you farm faster without the Restoration Stone. But at the same time, I feel like at times at least, Formless gets it a little bit too late. I think it's still a splendid item for the hero, of course. But first item, yeah, that you could. I mean, there are arguments for both ways, of course. And I guess it comes down to personal preference as well. But yeah, not going to be too damage heavy at least. Andromeda being timed in the mid lane, by the way. Swiftblade is here, but he's going to choose to spin.
Yeah, he just runs in with a spin, and it will get the kill on a Voodoo Jester. Midas took a lot of damage. He has some slashes, but couldn't get close enough right there, so.
Oh, Fade, by the way, level 6. He's got a stun in like 2 seconds.
Ooh, Hook just out of range right there. They see him, actually. Magma's got a stun. I don't know if they still can see him. Yeah, they can't. So he's actually fine. And we'll be able to fall back from it, so not really the big deal for him. But yeah, it's level 6, as you pointed out. Has the Invis ready to go with the reflection here. The Sustainer just about finished for Salamon, so 430 gold per minute. That'll do it. That's just the power of Salamon, though. But his teammates, not really that great. That's the most important thing to look at when you have a Salamon in the game, I think, is how is his team doing around him, because you really expect him to always do well in the end. And right now, not that great for him, so that's going to be a big factor here, as I just saw Alchemist Bones, I think? Yeah, St. Rock's getting Alchemist Bones here on the Midas, by the way, so. And actually, oh, no, he doesn't have it yet. Okay, that's just the pattern. I was going to say he has an extra close to the Swift, but no, that's why. So he actually had it finish Steam Boots first. And now he needs the one more glove.
Meanwhile, Salamon picked up a Sustainer, so he's only 1.5k gold away from the Restoration Stone now. Legion team might want to look to do something before that hits. Not like they have to, but I mean, if they see an opportunity, they should definitely try to take it into their advantage.
Wretched Hag bottom lane down here. You see a TP in from Midas. Yeah, he's going to be joining the party down here, seeing if maybe they can make a play happen, maybe bait out this Hag, but just be careful with it because you do see 4 heroes here on the Hellborn side. In the vicinity, really. More so 5, actually. Parasite is here, too, so. They're all down here trying to make a play, taking over the Legion jungle, apparently. Warding it up quite a bit, too.
Yeah, that's a great tool. Or that's a great idea. Fade once more, though. His Invis is looking for the Salomon. Salomon is in trouble. He's all by himself. He's going to fall.
Now his teammate's going to kill on a boot adjuster in the process, but this is a change, obviously, an exchange even. They will take every single time, so.
Oh, Fade, though. He's running in a little bit of a risky path.
He fell back before, though. But yeah, it's not done just yet. You can tell the Hellborn side really wants revenge here. Trying to force something. Midas takes Parasite out of the creep with the Alchemist Bones. Gonna face hug in on a Wretched Hag. The follow-up, though, there we go. Swift Slash is coming out. Wretched Hag getting pulled in there. As there's the hug from Prisoner. Hag's gonna stay alive. And actually, Magnus is trying to TP out in the background. His teammate's getting crushed around him. You do see Parasite at least able to make the escape as well, but clearly a victory for Ringers here.
Yeah, a little bit too forced there almost on that Wretched Hag. Tried to commit a little bit too much with the support, of course, being nearby from the Legion team. But yeah, nice hook once more from Slaskater porting in with his newly purchased portal key. And now Legion team are, well, they're definitely favorites in winning this game number 3. Yeah. Even though Salomon is 400 gold per minute, like you would expect him to be 500-600 at this point to be able to compete. I mean, there isn't a real hard carry, though, on the Legion side. I guess that's the saving grace for the Hellborn team right now. Or the thing that gives them a little bit of hope, at least. Obviously, Wretched Hag can tackle the role a little bit, but, you know.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely a lot of just catching and a lot of burst and just a lot of just control, I feel like, here coming out from the Legion side, where the Hellborn strategy, it really is very all-in-ish on this Salomon. Trying to work at it, and that kind of goes back to the idea of the Resto Stone too. And again, talking about that conversation with what Formless likes to do, and I think it's really showing that his style of play with Salomon really has worked out for the better. Because we're seeing kind of right here, as you point out with the GPM, it's actually Salomon is going to get the jump, but he gets pulled away by Prisoner. Fade's even still alive. Finally, gonna fall right there. It took a while, but they do get the job done in the end. But. Yeah, Salomon having the 2 deaths, obviously slowing down quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, so an early Resto Stone, but that means ideally you want to start fights with it now. And is that really what the Hellborn team wants to do here right now? I don't think it is.
No, probably not. Oh, Parasite finding Wretched Hag in 4 is not gonna be able to do too much. Poke him a little bit.
Hag is going the Life Brand into the Grimoire as well, so. Have that answer there of what he was intending to do. As they're going to clean out some Ancients together as a team. Midas still no portal key, but again, he did go the Alchemist Bones priority here to deal with the.
And here's the eruption for the Magnus at the Ancients. He's still got a bit to go before he can pick up that portal key, but at least he's closing in now. Swiftblade, though, his farm is really nothing to brag about. 200 only Ghost Watchers.
That's what I was going back to as well. Again, the idea that this Resto Stone really screams we want to fight, yet at the same time you have a Swiftblade that's very underfarmed. Overall, your later game seems like it definitely is stronger. You could have maybe tried to be a little more greedy. But hey, if Feist could start to break out and Salomon's able to get some nice double ultis off, especially then.
Yeah, Fade once more in mid lane, by the way. There's a I think Graphic saw him placing that. No, he didn't.
Oh, he did not.
He can swap and stun.
He didn't really have backup though.
That's true. I didn't see that.
Might be a little risky.
He had Magnus nearby a second ago. That's why I got caught off guard.
This middle tower though, it's dropping pretty quickly here. Not fast enough though. Actually, is gonna.
I mean, Legion team don't have any heroes that can break towers or push towers. Like you have to go up there with Prisoner in that case and he's got to be the one to tank the towers. They don't have any creeps or any Astro or any heal. I mean, Buddhism doesn't go for the Mojo either, so it's going to. I mean, this is probably gonna drag out a little bit. Hellborn team, they still have a chance, to be honest. I mean, one Magnus Eruption
Oh.
from level 11 and a Porky, and
Of course, I mean, it's a 1,500 goal, 1,800 experience lead. Granted, yeah, Salamon is a lot of the reason for that.
yeah.
But why it's so close in the first place. But still, most certainly, this is not an over game. I mean, we're 18 minutes in. There's still plenty of game left. But it is going to be an easy tower kill, ultimately. It's, yeah, too much of a scare there for the Hellborn side. So, but again, it makes sense. You got this Legion makeup as far as team fight goes. They're pretty powerful right now. Now, Prisoner, he finds a catch on Andromeda, gets the kill, Swift slashes, bounces to multiple targets, though. And now
Magnus,
Swift
why
plays in
doesn't
a
he stun
bad spot. Magnus not stunning yet. He will stun Fade, but only Fade. And now they're setting up for a turn. Prisoner, he's going to fall back as he TPs away. The Legion team playing this pretty scared right now as Salamon is in his ulti form, so it makes sense there.
Andromeda bought back.
What's Fade's plan here? I don't know if they're going to be able to really do much. As Fade needs to be careful, though, because of the Rev Horde, remember. Oh, they're going to find Parasite. The Alchemist Bones to take him out of it immediately. Swift into the background, spinning on top of Wretched Hag, though. Salamon jumps in with a second ulti, gets the kill on a Wretched Hag, so it works out pretty well right there. Voodoo Jester, the Spirit Ward, will take out Swift Blade, but now he is going to be chased down by Salamon. And Parasite's able to pick off Midas in the process. So actually,
Damn.
works out pretty well for the Hellborn side. In fact, it's not over just yet. Parasite, he's in the midst of it. He jumps on a Fade. They secure the kill. Buyback on a Wretched Hag. Well, he still has Swift Slashes. That's probably why. Or not, the Bat Blast, I should say. But he didn't even need it. Sasuke gets the double tap, and it could be a third kill. Yes, it will be a third kill on a Magnus there. So big picture, easily in favor of the Legion side, actually.
Back as well.
Okay, well, so maybe not that much in favor, but still.
There's actually 3 buybacks happening in that fight relatively early on. Damn. Yeah, I mean, the Hellborn team, though, putting a big fight. And I don't know if you saw that in the start, but, I mean, at the same time as Midas, like, used the bones on a Parasite creep, and then he followed it up with his combo, or his transmute. Parasite actually face hugged at the same time, so he actually transferred the stun over to Midas instead. So Midas got stunned by the combo.
Really? That's what happened?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like at the exact freaking same time or something, like mid face hug or something. So I don't know. Yeah, Midas got stunned at least by his combo and took the damage.
That's probably why. Yeah, that start was. It did seem like that start was going to be big, but it wasn't nearly as big. So bottom tower is going to be pushed. Fade a very similar spot. Well, as to last time, but this time not going to really find anybody. And actually falling back from there. So.
Midas for a Void Talisman as well on Fade. I don't know about that. That seems a little bit too defensive.
Oh wow, yeah. I don't even. I mean,
it's good versus Swiftblade and the Salamon, I guess, but
yeah, that's true.
It's. I mean, still.
Is it like? Well, what is Salamon like? A lot of physical like abilities? I think his abilities are usually magical, right? Like his stomp, I would assume, is magical and stuff. So.
Which one is his stomp?
Well, like when he's ulti form, when he jumps and he leaps on you, something like that.
I'm pretty sure that it goes through BKB.
So it means
that's
it is physical then? Okay, well that's a good point actually. Yeah, so if that is the case, I wonder then if it stops that. I guess is what I'm getting at. If it prevents the stun
I
at
think
least,
so,
or...
yes.
Yeah. Huh. So that's logic, maybe something there. But bottom tower though, it's heavily pressured by the Legion side. From Ringers. Gonna fall back, however. Not sticking around too long here. Don't want to risk too much as Frost with Skull. Really? No, he sold it immediately. He has 6,200 gold, though, does Marcus Moy right now. So he's either just unsure what he wants to buy or wants to save for a little bit of buyback. But whatever the case is, when you have a hatchet and a freaking iron buckler in your inventory in an open slot and you're sitting on 6,500 gold, what the f are you doing? Okay, he buys a full Dawnbringer, because, yeah, that makes sense. I swear to God, man. Ugh, the players sometimes.
I have absolutely no idea how the fuck you, or why you would do that.
6,600 gold, like.
I mean, why not buy a freaking... yeah, that's so stupid.
Anyways, he has a full Dawnbringer now. And, 630 gold per minute will do
I don't
that.
think they should try to break the base, or, I mean, break the towers, though. I think they are in a pretty good position, aren't they? I mean, Wretched Hag is not necessarily taking off, and it isn't like Fade has been making a lot of room for his team is to farm either. So I think they should just continue to farm on Salomon until he gets at least 1 or 2 more items. Bulk up a little bit more. I mean, get a sheepstick on Salomon together with that restoration stone, for example, and I'm pretty sure that he can deal with the Wretched Hag on his own.
Absolutely, yeah, he can. I see the Grimoire Power just finished by Wretched Hag, and usually the routine here is a follow-up Shrunken Head, but I actually wonder if he's instead going to try to prioritize like a Hellflower here to follow, because trying to really help make sure to lock down the Salamon going into a fight, I think could be pretty important here. And she's kind of, I guess you got Midas for that too with the portal key, but it's either going to be her or Midas, you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Not much Prisoner can do to stop that, really. Jumping in, so we'll see how that comes into play throughout the game too. But having the Salamon way up in the GPM charts undermines a little bit of what Hag, Prisoner, and Midas are doing. I mean, both are 400 plus go per minute pretty much at this point, so, or all 3 of them even. That's something you have to really respect here if you're the Hellborn side. As Prisoner is going for the Shrunken, it looks like.
Yeah, he's got it in base, and there it is. 10 seconds. It's good versus the Magnus and the Parasite and all, but obviously it's not going to help too much versus the Salamon, I would assume. Oh, and they lose it. Tower down there.
Was there... Oh, yeah, it was just simply not timing it correctly or not getting there in time.
Yeah, heavily. So DD on Salamon. It looks like the Helmet team wants to make something happen, but I really don't see them being able to push towers. Like, Magnus is not the kind of hero that's good at pushing either. Like, he's the kind of hero that's good at defending towers, but his eruption is just not going to be successful. When you look at this.
Yeah, that's going to set up perfectly. Never mind. They did not follow it up quickly enough. He got the ulti off. And the tower will fall, so... Huh.
I guess that's fine, though. I mean, they got a tower after all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Hellborn team, I think they're happy with that.
Yeah, as long as they don't engage too much. I mean, Salomon, be careful.
Well, he just came out of his first ulti there. Remember, he does have the Resto Stone. As Prisoner wants to force this, though. He catches Andromeda. And here we go. The second ulti for it. Swap out, actually, in jump Salamon. The Aztec does passing around, though. And the big eruption coming out from Magnus right there. The Prisoner break on top. Salamon is out of ultis now. He's at half-life. He's dropping quickly. Wretched Hag will help to finish him off. It looks like, yes, he will. Down goes Salamon. And it's Swiftblade by himself. That's not going to happen. A genocide. 4 ringers here. 3 of them live, including the Wretched Hag.
Yeah, well played by the leading team, I guess, baiting that out. Getting to the point where they got a Bat Blast and like 4 people or something. Perfect position from Fibelli, or placement of that Bat Blast. But still, I mean, Hellborn team, I mean, they did lose that first Salomon ultimate. It went out, and I would say that like just fall back would be the safer option. But for some reason, they wanted to chase a little bit too much. Didn't work out in their favor in this case.
Yeah, it really almost took away the impact of the Resto Stone. I know that he could still use it and then ulti again, but, you know, let's be honest, really the maximum way to use it is you ulti into a fight. As the fight's taking place, you do the jump, you do your stuff, and then as you come out of it, then you just right away rest on ulti. Again, it really throws the other team off guard, having the double big ultimate in one fight. I mean, that was really 2 different fights, ultimately, essentially, is what I mean to say. And so it really kind of split it up in that sense. So, yeah, it's still good that he had the Resto Stone to have a second ulti, but, yeah, not nearly as impactful as you would like it to be here. So, okay, apparently a quick toilet break. But, yeah, that's definitely a fight to look at here in this game number 3 to really start to push one team ahead, in this case, Ringers, despite them going up against the Salamon at 650 gold per minute or so. This is the one hero where, even though he has that much GPM, you're not necessarily over-the-top concerned like you would be with others. like a Dark Lady or something like that, but it still is scary.
Yeah, but yeah, Fibelli, like almost hitting that 500 gold per minute mark now after that Fim fight, that's so scary. If he gets a secondary item like a Sheep Stick or a Hellflower, then that's just going to be so much trouble for the Hellborn team. I mean, if he gets a Shrunken Head on top of that as well, then he can literally like take out 3 heroes on his own with that Bat Blast, and the Grimoire is just going to deal insane amount of damage.
All right, let's get it
There
on.
we go. Let's see the replay here of that last fight once again. I got a big eruption there. Salamon, I mean, that's a tough spot to fight too, where they were in those trees right there on the uphill and trying to fight them in it, and obviously didn't work out. So Swiftblade cleaned up, and finishes the genocide. Does the Legion team. So that's pretty much what we're working off here. Coming out of our pause. Coming up to 26 minutes in or so. Mentioned Wretched Hag, now 3,200 gold saved up, so that shrunken head, it looks like it's going to be the option. And have it here near future. Warhammer purchased by Salamon, so his own shrunken head, I would think, is going to be coming up for him. Be able to stand stronger in the fights. Perhaps a reaction to the last fight there.
Possibly.
Got Andromeda going to deny this middle tower pretty easily. Happened to be low enough right there. Yeah, I was going to say Midas, I feel like he's been on the same items for a while, but he does have 3,900 gold. So could buy a Shrunken if he really wanted to.
I think he wants a ship stick. Yeah, but there we go.
Okay.
Acolyte staff. And potentially he could have the mana tube as well, so that leaves him 1.6k to the full ship stick. That's not too far away, especially when he's already sitting on that Alchemist Bones, of course. Gonna find that gold rather quickly.
Got, again, that Shrunken for Hag just about coming up here. Puzzle box on Parasite. I assume is got to be pretty close here. Can't check just yet. He's in a creep currently, but it's. Or I wonder if it is level 3 actually at this point. But
I would hope so. It's level 2 actually.
It's 255 gold per minute. So yeah, I was gonna say, not too surprised if it's not. So nah, get in there though, but not there just yet. Salamon does get the full Shrunken finished. And delivered to him, of course, again, extra powerful with that restoration stun, you could say. Sure, it'll be one less second, but still, being able to use it in sequence, pretty good.
Did you count Fade, by the way? Envy is going to find Salamon completely out of position, or not, maybe not out of position. They're still going to go for it.
Yeah, no, do they have enough stun follow-up? They do not. There's both the Shrunken heads going off, and Prisoner immediately realizing that he needs to run away. In the background, Parasite jumping onto Fade. Magmus Eruption, he comes in. Is going to get the kill on a Prisoner 945. Voodoo Jester also caught, and Voodoo Jester will fall right there. As the Legion team, they're the ones actually running from this whole fight. So Resto Stone was used on Salamon. No, he has it up still. Not going to waste it, apparently. Feeling like he doesn't need
Oh,
the
go for
ultimate,
Kongor.
so.
Can I get a Kongor of this? I think they can. Oh, and I get a Courier for free.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Courier kill, so.
Damn.
Well, that because
Actually,
they wanted to jump Salamon.
I saw in that fight as well that Salamon actually didn't jump. The Shrunken had the target with his with that pounce or whatever it's called, the spell. So maybe you cannot jump Magic Immune. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not certain on that for sure. So yeah, perhaps that is an issue, or a nice little counter almost. Not really counter, but it helps against Salamon. But in the meantime, he does clean up Kongor, and there goes the token onto him. So once again, we're back to we definitely have a game here.
Yeah, that we do. I mean, I would personally rather be on the Hellborn side right now than the Legion side. I think, at least. I mean, there is the sheepstick factor, though, coming up from Saint Rock, so it's still incredibly tricky.
Yeah. That's what I was getting at, though, again, earlier in this game, how the possibility of maybe Hag would want to go a Hellflower. It's this Legion side, that it's Midas and Hag are going to be the ones. Right now, it's really only Midas that has okay lockdown for the Salamon, but if he's able to get the ulti off, as we see right there, then it changes everything completely. So even though Fate got the jump, Prisoner jump in, but it's like they didn't have the follow-up after that, and they should have really figured that out going into that jump. If you don't, then you're not going to be able to burst him down quickly enough.
I think you're right. I mean, Hellflower would probably have been a superior choice over that Shrunken Head on Wretched Hag.
Ideally, we'll have it next, but that's still going to be a ways away now. At least another 5-10 minutes even.
They got a sheepstick at least, so hopefully for their sake they can lock down the Salamon.
Yeah,
but now he got a token, of course.
And but yeah, that's another issue that you have to deal with if you're ringers here. So Salamon with the token. And something else as well, the Wish for Power ability. Again, he's constantly activating that. You can kind of see with the glowing hands, almost Battlecry-esque. But that's something that not only himself, but Swiftblade is definitely benefiting from, and really the whole team. It's just some nice increased auto attack damage that they can put out. But him and Swiftblade most certainly the ones that it's noticeable for, I'm sure, amongst these fights. And Just a nice little steroid ability that helps in the midst of the fights. But Prisoner, 1,500 gold saved up, so we'll see what he chooses to go for. This is for his next item.
Yeah, what do they need? I mean, a bulwark is always nice. I've seen a little bit of a lack of bulwarks in, yeah, well, all games today almost, I feel. People just not prioritizing the item. But yeah, that could potentially be what Slasky Dirt is looking to pick up here at least. Maybe that or the Hellflower. We saw in Sanitarius earlier on today when Dope got... No, wait, who was that? I can't recall. Someone played... was it this team, actually?
No, it was the first series, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, who did they...
I can't recall who played it, but...
they had it in Sanitarius at least, and there was just one point where he had a DD as well, and he was just hitting like crazy, free-hitting the Magnus of the enemy team, so... There is a potential, of course, if Slasky Dirt or Prisoner wants to go for a little bit more of a semi-carry route, and I almost feel like he has to at this point because Legion team, they are not making too much things, or they're not getting too much things done. And now Solomon's up to 700 gold per minute, so a game that I personally, after the landing phase, thought that was pretty much a secure win for the Legion team has definitely turned around now.
Andromeda, easy pick onto him, Midas, able to find it with Fade. Speaking of Fade, actually has a reflection up, so really didn't even expose herself right there. And actually may find Swiftblade. Yep, there's the Burning Shadows, minus the follow-up. Easy, okay, Bat Blast maybe not needed, but it guarantees the kill nonetheless. No, it's going to be down, though. I mean, that's actually pretty crucial that he used that right there, because now they're not as intimidating going into a fight, very possibly, as they're pushing middle here, but they are still going to push it.
Yeah, Swiftblade got a buyback, but I feel like the Hellborn team should try to port back as soon as possible. Not to let the Legion team get too much damage done on the tower.
Get a cat and mouse right here. Whoa, Parasite, he got pulled in and actually swap out from Andromeda. She will die. Parasite does live, though, and now Salomon joins the party, so it actually kind of works out there for the Legion team. And they're going to all fall back together after the second kill there, so I'm happy with that.
Did you see that Parasite jumped out of the catapult?
That was, yeah. That was funny. A little funky with the animation. So, yeah.
I don't know why he did that, but maybe he was afraid of... I don't know. He was probably afraid or something, and he just happened to misclick it.
Well, it probably tried to time it to right before he got hit or something by the hook to get away, but... Yeah.
That wouldn't work out, though.
I guess you would still get hooked, yeah, that's true. God, this Salomon never ceases to be so amazing to watch, though. Whoa, sheep stick.
He forms fast, man.
Okay. So
that's a double sheep stick.
Yep, with the rest of stones. That is true. So not necessarily a big damage amp, but yeah, you could argue that's not what Salomon really is necessary to go for, especially with this style of build here. He's more for just having a lot of utility and still able to do plenty of damage throughout it. And lockdown and everything, so. Likes that idea of the double sheep stick here. Dust is used. It did not catch Fade, though. And that's good timing, because bad timing on the Hellborn side, because Fade was actually just around the corner coming in here, but he is going to ultimately portal key away and get out of there. Make sure not to be too committed to getting caught there. A Wretched Hag, 4,500 gold saved up, so that Hellflower, now 4,900.
It's going to be really interesting to see where this game actually goes. Like, it's going to pick up the Hellflower there, but like, how long do you want to take it before you actually make a move if you're the Legion team? Or start putting on pressure on the Salomon? I guess the Hellborn team are the ones that need to make a pressure in the near future here now when Salomon only got one more item before he's full slotted.
It's what Salomon like to go for here. Kind of referring back to Formless hero, or player that we have seen play this hero very well several times, and I know the Demonic Breastplate is something that he would love to get as well. So perhaps of interest here for this Hellborn side, considering no one else is picking up a Soul's Bulwark, and I don't know if we'll expect to see one unless the Parasite or the Magnus or even the Swiftblade, I guess, but. Getting it on somebody probably useful here. That goes back to Prisoner as well, though, who actually has a plate mail on him. Interesting. I didn't even notice that earlier, but that means our Frostfield plate going to be coming out. for Prisoner here. I don't know. It doesn't. Frostfield plate. I guess it is good against the. We talked about the attack speed aura that especially Salomon has, and it will help mitigate that a little bit too.
Yeah, it gives him a lot more survivability as well versus the Salomon and the Swift plate. I guess that's one of the reasons as well. And there isn't really too much other things that he could get. Actually, right, he still doesn't have the freaking demonic breastplate or the bulwark. I would have loved to see that before.
Yeah.
This is going to turn into a base trade scenario. Magnus is down here, or in the base, so he could potentially set up something, but it seems like the Hellborn team are confident enough that they can push faster. Never mind, both teams are gonna...
Magnus tried to stop a TP, and he was unsuccessful. I'm not even sure who it was, but he almost got somebody. They TP'd out right as he stunned in. And then, you know, from there, they really couldn't do much else, so... That was pretty close to actually at least being one pick. But in the end, both teams just port back from one another.
I'm surprised, though, that the Hellborn team actually was the one that ported back. I felt like they could have committed a little bit more, at least. They were pushing faster.
Yeah.
I mean, they arrived much later to the racks, but look at the tower down at the bottom. Already, I mean, it's already 50%.
Yeah, I think that goes back to, you mentioned the Legion side, not really the greatest sieging team as far as pushing towers and bases, and Hellborn side, maybe not the craziest themselves, but I think the biggest thing, well, one, Parasite obviously can be decent for that, but you got the aura from Salomon going back to the power, or wish for power. You know, you have some nice increased attack speed for you and everyone around you.
Oh, Salomon might be in trouble. He's going to make a cheap stick.
Is in
And
trouble.
Hellflower.
Here's that lockdown that we're talking about. He can't ulti. Can he get off in time? No, he cannot. They are able to damage him down, and the fact he had no support that whole time, you really got to question his positioning there. Or maybe even the teammates and where they were. But a double tap for Fabelli. That's definitely a big pick that Ringers was hoping for.
That was a little bit greedy. I don't think that a buyback is going to hurt him too much. I mean, that's the saving grace here. I mean, he still got 2 of them, and 1 isn't necessarily the end of the world. So if they can just take a good team fight here. Let's see if the Legion team are going to commit. I mean, we just said it, they're not the best sieging team, so it's going to be difficult for them to actually break. Hopefully they overcommit a little bit or jump too far.
Yeah.
But they're probably going to play it safe. They probably expect Salomon to have a buyback. Usually this hero has a lot of gold stacked up.
Yeah, 30 more seconds still remaining on the Resurrection, but no, he buys back right there. Magnus stuns him with the Eruption. The pull away from Prisoner, though, helping to mitigate some damage from Wretched Hag. Meanwhile, Prison Break is out. Salomon is in ulti form. He's swapped out, actually. I don't know what that was about, because he was actually fine. I mean, that was his ultimate form. He goes back in, and Fade is killed, but I think that actually almost helped the Legion side.
Yeah, it did. That was unfortunate. They needed so much more than a kill on the secondary support there. I don't know if Congress going to respawn here in the near future, but they need something out of that. Yeah,
there
that's actually Congress just respawned. They should definitely commit to that. I'm not sure if they paid attention to it respawning here, but
yeah, right now the
if they
positioning,
didn't,
they have it.
I mean, Legion team is all up at the top. I mean, they should head in there. Yeah, there we go.
Exactly what they're thinking. Just want to finish off some H's first, wait for some teammates, but here we go. And yeah, you see the Legion team, they probably, they have the information. They do have a ward sight over here. Maybe it's not the greatest ward as far as the far it sees.
They just used the sheep stick, by the way, so it's on cooldown for another 20 seconds. Same with the puzzle box, it's not up, so Parasite's not going to be very helpful in this fight. I don't know, this might actually go good for the Legion team.
Oh, pull at the last second, Congress almost dead. Hellflower onto Salomon, by the way, but the lockdown on the Midas as he was in the midst of it. He goes down, and here's the second ulti form from Salomon. No, jumps on a Wretched Hag, Bat Blast to take on Andromeda. Hag going to be able to port away. Conger goes down, Swiftblade picks up the token. And now Prisoner just going to throw in a random hook. Not going to hit anyone.
Wow, Vodiester survived, and he's going to get a Parasite in the background.
Oh my gosh. No? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay, Infest.
Oh my god, he just killed himself instead.
And now Vodiestere's like, well, that's not going to work. He goes down. And Parasite will live in the end. So you see Fade. He's needing to be a little careful. Going to be fine, though. What an intense fight right there. But the Hellborn team, they come out on top. And now a token on a Swiftblade. Coming out right here, so. Yeah,
that's another great fight. Of course, it's not on the hero that they wanted. I think they would have wanted it on the Salomon, but the hook, of course, from Slash Guitar hitting 2 targets, preventing that from happening. So At least they gained something, or at least they forced Salomon away from the token. But still, yeah, that's second Congo kill down. And I mean, if it's a third one is going to spawn in 10 minutes, I mean, that's going to mean bananas as well. So if they're in a similar position, like gold and experience-wise, I mean, the Hellborn team are going to benefit from that much longer, or much more. So, yeah, Legion team, I think they are actually, like, I think they are the ones that has to make something happen. Like, they need to go for a pickup or something. I thought that they were going to be fine with just sitting back and waiting until Salomon gets full slaughtered, but I don't know.
Sheepstick is coming on Fabelli, so they will have another tool to deal with locking down the Salomon. You got obviously the Sheepstick on Midas. You got the Sheepstick and the Hellfire on Hag. You got now Prisoner. He is, again, we talked about the Frostfield play. That is just about finished. So there are a couple of items here that they're definitely waiting for. But yeah, shortly after that, expecting something. Double damage rune though, going to be picked up by Salomon. Happens to find it up here. And the other thing to really keep in mind is they do have a token, obviously, on the Hellborn side. Now, it is on Swiftblade, who is not necessarily had the biggest impact this game, to be fair, but at the same time, still, it's, you know, resurrecting a hero. And he is level 18. He's got a Brutalizer now, so he's still able to do quite a bit here.
Yeah, it's a Swiftblade after all, and he's closing in on level 25, so that gotta mean something. Oh, Fade?
That haste rune.
Damn, why didn't they take it?
Well, he was saving it for his teammates, but now Fade's in trouble. Picks up the haste rune, ain't going to get away. Maybe that was the plan all along. And Parasite's like, and I'll just steal it.
Oh, Slasky Dirto with a hook.
Wow, that looked funny, but and he's going to be fine there. Magnus, though, he wants to make him pay. For trying to get the catch. Is not going to get in range, though. Has to fall back from there. Salomon.
Hellfire, by the way, on Parasite as well. I didn't see when he picked that up. That's pretty big. Especially if they can lock down the Hag. Hag, by the way, he got a Sheepstick if he wants to, but he wants to save for buyback at the same time. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna have to use the team or have the Sheepstick in next team fight if they want to win or defend successfully.
That is a tough spot, I think, but I think I'm leaning more towards what you're saying. That now, if they're not pushing into the base, obviously you don't need to panic by it yet. As soon as they start pushing in there, it looks like that's going to happen, then yeah, definitely probably want to purchase it and go for that. But they might not in the end. They're kind of just cleaning our resources around.
Get a freaking full demonic breastplate over here on Salomon.
He's going to get something. I mean, he's 7,000 gold. He has to purchase something.
I don't get why he's not buying something, though. Like, what is he waiting for?
Oh, there's a Sheepstick, actually. And, nope, swap from Andromeda. Beautiful swap there. Eruption coming out. The Shrunken Heads are up, though, so mitigating some good damage right there. Salomon gets his ulti form off. Immediate Storm Spirit to stop him, but Wretched Hag got cut through right there. The Hellfire debuff,
though, remember.
Also causing issues. There is the buyback, though. Has the Bat Blast still. Is not going to commit to further, though. So, yeah, having the buyback in that case didn't work out.
He's up on his ledge, not going to go for it. Okay, so that's something that the Hellborn team is more than comfortable with. Yeah, support for support, but oh yeah, they got a Wretched Hag, of course, kill and buyback. So now he doesn't even have enough money for the Sheepstick anymore.
Yep. Magnus jumps in. Midas caught on the Sheepstick. Spin on top. Salomon ulti gets the kill on Midas. And they'll start falling back. So, no, Salomon got hooked in. He's forced to fight, but he is out of ultimates. However, Wretched Hag locked down as a result of it. And Wretched Hag will go down. He is not buying back. And this is going to prove to be a huge push unless Salomon goes down. He does. He goes down to the background. Swiftblade does as well. He has the token of life. I don't know if he's getting out of here. He's going to go for the TP. And he will not be successful in it. A double tap from Sasuke. Overcommitment.
Oh, big time.
Damn. That's the name of the game. A lot of buybacks used.
But why doesn't Salomon have the freaking demonic breastplate at that point? When you're pushing like that, like when you're the ones that actually commit to the fight, I feel like you should have the items. It's one thing like if you were like Sfibel in that last fight when he was the one actually defending the base, then I mean it's much safer to push for the buyback. But if you're pushing, then you're all in, so there's really no reason to stack up money.
You got the grouping out to push towards the middle. Again, if anything, trying to force that final buyback on a Salomon.
Eruption is up, by the way, on Magnus. They both got buybacks, but obviously they don't want to use it if not necessary.
Ooh,
Look at Legion team, though. They should be a little bit more manly, I think. I mean, the time is clicking down. I mean, Salomon, you're not even gonna force him to use a buyback. And I felt like that's a must from this situation. Like, both carries dead. And you're 5 people, like, just outside of the base.
Yep.
Or was Rashid Hag not with him?
No, she just resurrected. So I think that's kind of why, yeah. With her
That makes
being
a
dead.
little bit more sense then.
Assassin
5
Shroud. Interesting. Assassin Shroud on Salomon here.
Ah, man, come on! Why is the freaking demonic breastplate? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's like the best item in the freaking game, and people are just simply not picking it up.
Still haven't learned, Salomon.
He doesn't have ultimate, he doesn't have a restoration stone. This is going to be devastating.
That's a kill. He needs a follow. Where's the follow-up, though? Oh, my God. They're late. Okay, there we go. Hellfire applied. Yeah, the support's not going to get here nearly in time, so... That's Fade. That's Fade for you. That's able to find that kill and secure it. So this game is just non-stop swing of momentums, man. It really is. Even in that last team fight at the Legion base, they really should have won that fight with the Hellborn team, but got a little overcommitted, and that's what proved to be the difference maker. As a lot of the case it is. So
this time, at least, they are going to they are going to force this final buyback from Salomon. And the question is if the Hellborn team can make a stand, or if they can get a nice eruption off.
Here we go. All 5R here this time. Swap in. No buyback just
where was the
yet.
Hellfire?
The Hellfire not coming out. Swift play. There we go with the buyback, by the way, and they do catch Voodoo Jester. Prison Break going to be activated. Salomon jumping in onto Fade in the background. And now Prisoner trying to get out of there, but he does. Midas not the same. Fade is probably going to fall as Wretched Hag is able to clean up on a Magnus at least. And I think that is the end of it. So they do force the final buyback here.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably something the Legion team are okay with. I mean, now Salomon's out of buyback. Kill him and you win the game, more or less. He's actually going to go for a kill up here on Wretched Hag. That's close. Shipstick. Oh, damn, that's so freaking close, man. It would have been a game-killing move as well. Wretched Hag wouldn't have had a buyback, and that would have been racks at least.
Yeah. So close to the timing, but unsuccessful there. Now you have Parasite is just pushing out the middle lane. Obviously the racks are exposed. So making sure that not going to get any backdoor by the creeps or anything like that.
Oh, that last fight as well, by the way, when Andromeda first swapped into Midas. Like, if Parasite would have just used his Hellflower instead of the Face Hog, that would have been a secure kill just at the start of the fight. But unfortunately, choosing to use the Face Hug instead, not going to be in time, and Midas was able to get out of there.
Yeah, the animation a little bit slower, but they did still secure the kill on him in the end. You mentioned, well, obviously we got the second and final buyback on Salomon, so now he's at a point where spend the gold when you have it. That Genjiro's going to be the next purchase for sure, and then after that it's really rebuying the Shrunken Head, and then it's courier time. So depending on how much longer this game lasts, we'll see. The idea of a Soul's Bulwark even is not going to be happening, at least on him. You got Swiftblade, Magnus, and Paris that all definitely could be candidates, but yeah, none of them having it yet on this Hellborn side. But to be fair, the Legion side doesn't have it either, so neither team really prioritizing the later game auras here.
Nope. I mean, Magnus went for a freaking post haste. Couldn't he have picked up the Bulwark?
He could have. He could have. Barbed Armor picked up by Sasuke, by the way, too. So speaking of another candidate there, but getting the Barbed Armor instead.
Yeah, I don't know what these guys... How can they not want the Bulwark this late onto the game?
Full Genjiro is finished, or being delivered at least, to Salomon.
He needs to be careful though. I mean, they do have this Storm Spirit now. We just picked up on Magnus, so hopefully the Legion team are not going to be able to burst him down in a team fight. But I would assume that Hellborn team are just trying to look for a little bit of a pickups here and there, and just wait for that Conga to respawn. That just respawned, by the way, 1 second ago. So now this is probably going to be this deciding factor here.
Ooh, Salomon with the flank. They have a bound. I know he's going to be exposed right there.
Yeah, but remember the Storm Spirit on Magnus and the swap on Andromeda. It should be enough. So
they pull him away though. They pull him away. The Sheepstick comes out. The Cursed Ground is up, but there is that Storm Spirit. Fade in the background is caught out, and now the ultimate form Salomon going YOLO right here. Prisoner.
Oh, damn, he doesn't have a buyback either on Slaskader. This is going to be free Congo for the Hellborn team?
Does he not? Yeah, no, you're right. He's out of money for a buyback action. And further, they're going to get more. Midas gets caught too. Midas goes down. Bat Blast comes out, gets swapped in though. Needs to be careful. He does take out Swiftblade, but at what cost here? Blinks away. is good for the time being. Parasite is in pursuit. Hellflower reply. Storm Spirit comes out from Fade, mitigating more damage. And now Parasite, he's going to take the sheep stick, but should be fine. Prisoner coming back into the fight, so he actually did get enough for the buyback in the end.
Must have been an assist gold.
Yeah, something got it for him. He definitely didn't have enough initially.
Just go for the Congo, boys. Don't keep chasing. Ah, no, Parasite's going to die as well.
Resto Stone's up in 10 seconds, by the way. He does not have a double ulti just yet, and he may die before he does. Never mind. The turn on a Wretched Hag. Magnus with the eruption. He stays alive. Prisoner wants the kill. 1 more second. Oh, he gets the kill as he uses it. He used the Resto Stone as he died. And instead he goes down. Magnus is going to fall. Prisoner making the big plays to finish it off. And Parasite is going to get away at the last second. But what a finish in that fight yet again. Yeah, the decision-making at Chase definitely bit them in the ass right there as well.
Oh, that was so close. I mean, is this going to... I don't know if they can actually push this in. I mean, Swiftblade is already out in 10 seconds. They're not going to be able to get a Rax. I don't know what Fade and Prisoner are up to here. They're not going to be able to get anything out of this. Are they? Are they that confident enough?
Well,
yeah, I don't know what they're thinking.
They're going to get a death out of it because, yeah, that didn't stand a
Two of
chance,
them.
and probably 2. As now Prisoner in a lot of trouble. He finally gets the barbed armor up, but Sheepstick on a Swiftblade as Minus joins the party. Down goes Prisoner. Minus getting there really late, though, and now he's in trouble. Swift Slash is coming out. Brutalizer proc. No, Storm Spirit coming out. Gonna stay alive for the time being. Another Brutalizer proc after to finish it off, and down he goes. The decision making here, I'll tell you what, it may not be top of the line, but boy, is it making it entertaining.
Yeah, I know it is. I mean, this game is just back and forth constantly. Like, nobody has any idea about who's going to win. A Parasite just from nowhere is 400 plus gold per minute. Like, where did that come from? He picks up a sheepstick as well.
Yeah, 8, 2, and 11. I guess that would have kind of... Oh, post-haste. Somebody was post-hasting into the catapult here, and Hag actually killed it just before it completed. I'm guessing that was Salamon. Yeah, it was. He was trying to post-haste in right there, only to be unsuccessful, unfortunately.
Well, this is going to be Token and Bananas at least for the Lean team, and Salamon, he sold something. Right? Or was he never full slotted?
Shrunken Head. He rebought the Shrunken Head, I'm guessing. Yeah, the courier's going back to the well, so there we go. Yeah, it's going to be 10-second Shrunken Head. There's the Conger kill, and there are Bananas. Token will go to who? They're deciding.
Yeah, are they not going to take it?
There we go.
Salamon is like, no, I don't want it. Seriously?
Well,
okay.
Again, it's like, what does he drop for it at this point? Everything's honestly pretty good for him, so.
Yes. Yeah, okay. As long as they are on top of that Storm Spirit and Andromeda swap, it's fine. Are they going to commit to this, though? Like, fully commit? I mean, Salamon doesn't have a buyback. It's so risky.
No buyback on Hag, though, or Midas, so there's very crucial spots here.
That's true.
On either side. They carry the core heroes. If they die on either side, this game could be over. And this next fight coming up. Parasite being scouted out, hunted down by Fade, but Fade's just simply going to use it for information here. Not going to look for any kind of jump.
Where's the Legion team? Why are they not in position for this? They're going to get a Milrex for free.
There's invulnerability. Fade's still setting up. But yeah, they need to prevent this. In fact, Salamon going pretty yellow right there. Prisoner hooks it really deep. And they are going to have to commit big time to a bush right here. Fade in the background, stopping the supports. He got the ulti form off. That's 1 of 2, remembers. Wretched Hag and Voodoo Jester falling back to the tower. Transmute comes out. There's a Restless Stone, a second ultimate. Gets the kill on a Midas, and now the lockdown on the Prisoner. And Prisoner goes down as well. Wretched Hag a Bat Blast. It didn't hit anyone, though. It was just too far away. And the Hellborn team is breaking through. Oh, got put in the well, though. Salamon's in trouble. No, he's going to be fine as he gets out of the well. Out of ultimate form, and now they chase down the Rax, or get the Rax even. And now the decision, and oh, GG's being called. That's going to do it. It's going to be a victory.
I don't think they're going to go on. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what?
Okay, so maybe there's some frustration, but yeah, it's definitely, this is one of those games you probably just want to finish out at this rate, but still, they are going to lose a lot. Hag and Prisoner are up, but right now, Sana Esports is on the verge of qualifying for Diamond.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely Mega Creeps at least.
Oh my god, Salamon? No, he's good. Hook underneath the Storm Spirit. Wretched Hag in trouble. She's too far up, too committed, and she is too dead right here. And this time she is not buying back. So the GG from earlier, I think this time it is going to be official. as there's a vote to concede. And yeah, Sauna Esports going to Diamond as the second qualifying team. Joining Chopstick Gaming, Ringers will fall to the losers bracket and have to attempt tomorrow to be one of 4 teams.
I really didn't expect them to win the series from the start of it. I thought that the Ringers were going to be the stronger team, but Halberd team proved me wrong. Especially after the start here now in game number 3 as well. I felt like Legion team were in just such a perfect position. But I guess that's similar to what the Sauna Esports were in game number 2 when they had Midas dominating throughout the early to mid game. But
Yeah.
all right. Sauna Gaming or Sauna Esports making it to Diamond.